Did you go to college?
I'm going right now.
Really? Where are you going?
Owens,
Cool. What are you studying?
criminal justice and sociology.
What year did you graduate Clay? Or did you graduate from Clay or Wade?
No, I got a GED.
What year?
2010, last year.
Did you play football?
Yeah, for elementary.
You didn't play in high school? I know they had to ask. Dude, you gonna play football? Huh?
Too busy getting in trouble.
Oh, man. It's too bad. You look like a natural athlete. Clay's in that new league now, that track league. Are you working at all?
Go to school full time.
Full-time student? Okay.
Don't really have time to do nothing else.
Are you married?
Single.
Single? You got any kids?
Yeah.
What do you got?
2 boys.
How old are they?
6 month and 5 year.
What's the 6 months name?
Emmanuel.
What's your 5-year-old's name?
Samuel Jr.
Do they stay with you over on Kelsey, or
No, they both stay with their moms.
what's mom's name?
5-year-old's Victoria.
What's her last name?
It was Williams, but I don't know if she got it changed yet.
So it was Williams at
Yeah,
one time.
we just got a divorce last year.
Okay. That's Samuel's mom?
Yeah.
What's Emmanuel's mom's name?
Starla,
Star,
LA.
just like Starla?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. What's her last name?
Kyle. Cowell.
Oh, okay, Cowell. And that's the 5 months old mom, or 6 months, Emmanuel's.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You said you're not working, full-time student. What, do you go to school every day or every other day? What's your schedule like?
Tuesdays and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
You go to school Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you out there all day?
For the most part.
Okay. Do you drive to school? Do you?
No, I got my license, so I ain't been driving.
You don't have your license? What happened?
Child support.
We didn't look yet. Are there any child support warrants or anything like that out for
I
you?
got a misdemeanor, a misdemeanor probation violation. They gotta go do 4 days. That's what I thought all this was about, but I know it's beyond that. Just from what dude was telling me out there.
What dude?
I don't know, whoever,
Detective?
yeah,
Okay.
I don't know.
Do you have any medical problems?
No.
Did you drink?
No.
Did you do any drugs?
No.
Nothing at all. You don't smoke weed. I mean, you know.
Nothing.
All
I
right.
do nothing. I smoke cigarettes, 3 packs a day. That's all I do.
It's expensive.
Yeah, since they.
It's almost as much as everything else anymore.
Who raised you? Your mom, your dad? Were they both together then, or
My mom.
your mom raised you? Okay.
Over on the east side there?
Yeah.
Like where'd you grow up at? What neighborhood?
All over. My mom moved around all over.
Some of the Alamenas were in North Toledo. Did you ever live up in North Toledo?
My mom was married to Larry.
Okay, I get it. Listen, you're sober, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Before we go any further, we have to notify you your rights, all right? You have the right to refuse to make a statement or answer questions. If you remain silent, your silence cannot be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Anything you do say can be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You have the right to the presence of your lawyer during the questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed for you before the questioning if you so desire. Then understand that.
Yes.
Unless you only give up the above rights, no statement of yours can be accepted and no questions will be asked of you. Do you understand that?
Yes.
The above rights stay with you and may be claimed now or at any time during the questioning. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you wanna talk to us?
Only thing I wanna know is what is it about?
All right.
And that's it. Other than that, I'm gonna wait for my lawyer. I'm not talking at all. I didn't do nothing. I don't know what this is about. Like I said, they would've called me or sent me something in the mail. I could've come down here like a
Sorry.
civil human being. I didn't have to be humiliated like that in
All
front
right,
of my
Sam,
neighbors.
nobody meant to humiliate you. You know how that shit runs. You're in criminal justice.
Yes.
You know how sometimes things jump off and go down, okay? Couldn't be helped. That was not an intention to make you look small.
So what, my face just came on your guys' desk and said, go get that man, and
Well,
you guys just went and came
No,
and got me?
we'll get into that, all right? You gotta be patient with us too, all right? Who is your attorney?
Got a few of them.
Okay, who would you use if you needed one?
It just depends. It really does.
Who have you used in the past then?
Jane Roman,
Okay,
Tom Stebbins.
Stebbins,
Mhm.
okay. Anybody else?
No.
Okay. Do you have much time to hang with people?
What do you mean?
You got a lot of friends?
I know a lot of people,
Okay. And do you hang with them, do things with them?
for the most part.
Okay. Detective's gonna run a few names by you, okay? Let us know if you know these people or not, okay?
You know a guy named, Johnny Clarke? You don't know John Clarke? You know a young lady named Lisa Straub? No, don't know Johnny
No.
Clarke, you don't know Lisa Straub?
Did you get over in South Toledo very much?
No.
No.
I used to live in South Toledo.
Where?
Probably me and my mom just bought that house, and that was 2 months ago on Prouty Street.
Okay.
How long did you stay over there?
Me and my mom was there no more than 3 or 4 months. Tops.
You
My
know,
mom was living with this woman, and I moved in with them because I didn't have no place to go. My mom took me in, that's where I was living at.
You know a young lady named Lindsay Straub?
I don't know any of them Straubs.
Okay. You ever get out in Springfield Township? You ever get that far south?
Holland, Ohio.
I stay on the east side.
Okay.
On the east
He's
side.
gonna show you a picture of a house. See if this house looks familiar to you again.
Have to get that.
Who is your mom married to? Which one? The young lady?
She was married. He died though.
Yeah, right, one of those boys died. I knew their parents.
There was a couple of them that died, but Larry
Larry? I knew
died.
Larry.
Larry died.
Sure.
He raised me with my mom most of my life since I was 5.
Larry was in and out of his scrapes, but for the most part, Larry was all right.
He had his problems being an alcoholic. but other
Larry
than
was
that-
always very respectful with me, and I was always respectful with Larry, and I appreciated that.
That's as good as we got.
Yeah, that's good.
That house look familiar to you at all?
No,
You ever been to that house? It's in Springfield Township.
no.
Okay. You sure?
I'm positive.
All right.
All right.
100% positive.
All right. Some more names?
Yeah. You know, I'm gonna throw some names at you. You know, you tell me, you know Tone Watson? You know Tone? Anthony, Tone. Always hangs out with
I know a couple Tonys, but he don't go by Tone.
Anthony, Tony. Hangs with a mixed dude, Zach. Fat Zach. You know, Fat
Who's the
Zach?
Tonys you know?
Yeah.
I know one from the east side. Starlet, my baby mom's other baby dad, Anthony Wolf.
Wolf, W-O-L-F-E, or
They spell their name different, W-O...
E-L-F?
W-U-L-F.
Okay.
W-U.
Kind of a
I
French-
That's Starla's
That's her other son's,
baby's daddy.
yeah,
Pretty
whatever you want to
Okay.
call
Okay. What about a Chris? You know any Chris's? Chris Watson? Chris? You don't know this kid, Zach? Fat Zach, they call him. He's kind of a mix. White kid, black kid, about 17.
it. You got some pictures?
Yeah,
I
we
might
got,
be able
we
to
got some
s-
pictures
we got some
around. Yeah,
pictures
we
to
can get
show
you
you.
some pictures.
Names, I mean, somebody says
What about
his name is
nicknames?
Frank
I'm
and
that
he's, you know what I'm saying?
See, I don't
Somebody, he's
remember.
Frank and his actual name is Sam,
I'm terrible at
you
names.
know what I mean? So I really don't
What about
know.
a dude named Peanut? How about a nickname? Somebody like Peanut or Manny. Somebody they call Manny.
No,
You deal much with dudes from South?
no.
South side?
I'm East Sider all the way. You guys see it. The East side and
Casinos?
South side does not get along at all. Like seriously.
Well, I know.
I
but
stay on my side of the
Is
water. and
no, this, like
It
east
was-
side with the bricks here,
it
is
was
that, are
just
you a
a-
member of any gang or
no,
anything?
It was just a design that the
What does
guy
it
had.
signify?
Yeah, well, I mean, what's it mean?
I'll be all the way honest with you. Probably about a group of 5 or 6 of us growing up in elementary. We played football. After that, we branched off, getting into trouble, smoking weed. You know, doing what kids do.
Y'all have the same tattoo,
You know,
do you? Some you guys
Yeah.
designed, or, do you remember when you had that applied?
shit, I had to have been like, shit, 7th grade. Probably like 13, going on 14 years old.
Okay.
Really?
I'm 24 now, so 10 years.
Did you do it yourself or who?
No,
How'd you do that?
who did it? His name was Big Jim, who did
Okay.
that. That's who did that, this one. Anyway,
What do you do,
then I
just
went
make
to
out a
the shop.
design, take it to them?
No, he had the design himself that I seen.
Make sure I get
Grab some pictures. It'll help you, cause I ain't for shit for names either. So, I can kinda relate to you there. I just don't do shit for names. But somebody like, you know, we recently had a high school reunion, I could sit there and go through the pictures and say, yeah. I couldn't put names with them. I couldn't do it. So how long's your dad been dead?
Yeah, my son had, it hurts me because didn't get a chance to see him. I took him over there and he was real sick. So it happened probably about Sammy's 5.
I thought of your
06.
dad recently here at the Greek Fest, because that's generally where I'd run into him.
Probably back in 06.
Yeah. That's about right, I'd say those things.
This would be Zach. You know that dude? No?
No?
This is a dude named Chris.
No?
Never seen him? This is Anthony or Tone.
No?
Never come across these three?
Neither one of them.
None of
at all.
these guys? Okay.
Never.
Is there any reason any of these guys would say they know you?
No.
Okay.
I have no reason to know them at
Okay,
all. I
good,
don't do
good.
nothing. Like I said, I've been going to school. I mean, my mom can vouch for me on that one.
Huh.
I've been sitting in the house. I ain't been doing nothing
And Starla stays with you over there and
for right now, but she just got her place in the ravines. We're going through some stuff right now. Me and her's not gonna be together because she got caught up in some bullshit. Last year, I was driving her car, she asked me to drop her off somewhere, I dropped her off, and the same people that pulled up on me today, pulled me over, took me to jail for promoting prostitution, and I got out the next day, and I asked her about it, she said just leave it alone. Me and her really haven't had the love for her, I should say,
Why do you
ever
think,
since then.
do you think she was doing something like that?
She lied to me. If she got caught in an operation,
What was
obviously something was going on that I didn't know.
so she asked you for a ride, you dropped her off, and she
Yeah.
was actually into the,
Prostitution sting. She
So
caught in
you
the
got
prosti-
nailed.
Yeah, and that it just made my love for her not
Did she get arrested?
Yeah, I
She
got
did.
arrested and she got arrested, and it's like, I don't know, it's not been the same. I haven't been able to see my 6-month-old. That's why I've been going to school. Like, I don't want to live like that.
She hid all that from you.
Yeah, and it just really hurts me because she told me, oh, I'm going to see my friend, but I needed the car the day, so I was like, well, let me drop you off, and she let me drop her off, and so happened, I get caught.
How long have you been staying on Kelsey?
Me and my mom just moved there the end of July.
July.
Where were you staying before that? Where were you staying before you moved there?
640, I want to say it's 648 Prouty.
And how long did you live there? From when to when? Do you remember?
You would probably have to ask the woman that I couldn't even say.
Did you rent or something?
Like my mom lived there with her friend, and I more or less just, my mom said that she would let me stay with her for a little bit. I stayed in the same room as my mom and everything. I shared a bed with her. We stayed there for, I don't know, because she just got in that place. I helped her move from Western. She was living on Western.
Remember the address on Western?
No, it was a beat up house it was on the corner. There's a stop and go right there. It's right down past Libby. I can't think of the street's name.
Oh, I know where you're talking.
You know, it's right on the right hand side, and the street goes like into a dead end.
Or Gibbons or one of those.
And then there's
Yeah.
like a little creek down there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gibbons, Hillside,
Yeah.
all those streets back there. So it had to be tough for you in the south end.
I
Yeah.
didn't get
From
out.
east side.
I didn't get out I didn't really do nothing.
Yeah.
Go to school. You can even ask my mom. I went to school. That's all
Okay.
I really did.
So it wasn't tough on you.
I had to do something before I wasn't doing nothing at all. And that's how I just looked at it. I got 2 little boys to take care of. I don't want them growing up being hoodlums.
How do you do the child support?
I haven't been paying child support. I paid, what was it, $200 and some on my child support. I took that out of my grant money and paid for it.
Okay.
The grant money for school?
Yeah.
You're supposed to use it for school.
Yeah, well, I paid for all my books. I got everything taken care of that I needed to get taken care of, but I took out loans too.
Oh,
I
okay.
accepted my loans too, so I got to keep my loans. They gave me back like $4,300 or something. So that's what I've
So
been
you-
living off of.
So now the grants, you don't have to pay that back.
No, the grants. I
But the
don't have-
loans, you're
yeah,
gonna have to pay that back
when I graduate.
when you graduate. How far along are you in school?
I just started this semester.
Oh, you did just
Yeah.
start. Can
Just
I ask you
started.
how much does it cost to go to Owens as a full-time student?
With my books and stuff, I want to say it was like $2,700, and like pretty much my Pell Grant took care of all that.
Okay. Okay. Well, what happened to you aside today, there's some things that Mr. Ross and I would like to talk to you about, okay? We ran some names by you. You've been advised of your rights and stuff. You're saying you've never been to that house. Can we get to the meat of what we want to talk to you about then?
Go ahead.
We
Little problem at that house last winter. Did you hear anything about it?
No.
Okay. A couple of kids were found dead in there. Young adults. And they were probably the victim of a burglary. They got bum rushed in the place. You know what we're talking about, bum rushed. Somebody just crashes in on you and maybe robs you or burglarizes your house. I mean, you know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what happened to these young couples.
So how did my name get brought up in this?
Science.
I don't understand how.
Well, remember when these guys respond to a scene and they go in there, you're a criminal justice major, right? You cordon off the area, everybody that is involved in that scene goes in, they start collecting evidence. Okay? These guys collected a lot of evidence. And they had a lot of evidence tested for DNA. Do you know what DNA is? Okay, explain to us what you think DNA is.
You, saliva, whatever.
Saliva, poop, piss, skin cells, hair, follicles, all that stuff gives up an individual characteristics. Do you buy that based on what you've been taught in school?
I haven't, I'm only doing my, like, basic courses right now. I'm not doing.
They will tell you soon enough that DNA is like fingerprints. You know, there's no two fingerprints that are alike. There's no two DNAs that are alike. Each of us have a separate one. If they tested Jeff here, his would come up with a certain row of numbers that means something to the scientist. They tested you, you'd come up with a different bunch of numbers in a row that means something to the scientist. But yours wouldn't be like Jeff's. If I spit on a cotton swab and they did my DNA, numbers would come up. Mine would not be like yours. Mine would not be like his. We're all separate. Just like if they took our fingerprints tonight, your fingerprint would be different from Jeff's, be different from mine. Mine would be different from him and from you. You understand where we're going?
It's unique to the individual. There's no two DNAs that are alike.
Totally understand it.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, when these guys collected a lot of pieces of evidence in there that were involved in this crime, they sent it down to Bowling Green for testing. Okay? And items in that scene came back with your DNA on it. Okay? Well, how do you explain that? How can we explain that?
I have no idea.
You've never been to that house.
Never been to
You
that
don't know
house.
those kids.
I don't know them people.
And your DNA's in that house.
I don't know.
You have no idea?
Nope.
Do you understand where that puts you? Do you understand where this is going? You know, knowing your father, I don't think it's you. I don't think you have that stuff in you. But here you are, you're going to school, you're trying to take care of your two boys, you're living with your mom. Things get out of hand expense-wise. For Christ's sakes, he and I pay on a mortgage. I had $500 worth of brakes go out last month, and then I had to put 4 new tires on my car this month. It really set me behind, and I work. Okay? Now, when you got those kind of heavy problems, you discuss them with people. I don't give a shit, I do. Hell, I discuss them with my wife, I discuss them with my friends. Where's the best place I can go for tires? Where's the best place I can go for brakes? This is the kind of shit that builds up in our lives. And for me to say it didn't stress me, or for him to say that a mortgage doesn't stress him, and that sometimes we get in where we feel like we can't breathe, it's bullshit, because it happens to all of us. You got problems with your boys going to school, not being able to support them. Your girlfriend, mother of one of your children, hides a bunch of shit on you. You don't even know what she's about till she tells you. You discuss this stuff with people. I don't give a shit. You do. You're a human being. You say, I got problems. This is what my problems are. Okay? Follow me? Somebody says, hey, I think I can open a door for you. I think we can get you out of some of these problems. We can get you some money. Okay? And people discuss this with you and say, all we want you to do is maybe watch the door or watch them. Make sure it doesn't get out of hand, because we're going to rip them off. We're going to get some money, and you're going to get part of that money. All right? Now the ball's in your court. This is serious shit. This is very serious shit. What do you want to do with it? What do you want to do with your life? Where do you want to go from here? Can you tell us where you wanna go from here? Do you wanna cooperate in this investigation? Cause you're into your chin, okay? We want your help. We wanna be able to say, this guy right here, father of 2 children, who had a lot of problems, realized the hole that he had dug for himself, and he wanted out of that hole. And he reached out his hand to us, and we took him by the hand, we helped him out of that hole. All right? You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How do you wanna work with this?
I don't
This is the
understand
most-
what you're saying.
This is the most important moment of your life. This is the most important day of your life. Little did you know that when you got up this morning. Little did you know when you got up this morning, when you went out the house, when you said goodbye to your mom or whatever happened, or the last time you saw your kids. Little did you know that today, the 22nd of September, 2011 would be the most important day of your life, when it all comes crashing down around you. All right? Now, you say those officers out there humiliated you out there, all right? How's it gonna look to the people out there when they find out you're in here and you're not helping yourself? You're humiliating yourself even more. What are these people gonna think of you? What are your sons gonna think of you? What is your mother gonna think of you? These are the things you have to consider. You have to keep turning this shit around in your mind and say, wait a minute, this isn't me. This is something I got caught up in, but I'm gonna tell you guys the truth. I'm gonna lay it out there like a man, like I'm supposed to.
I wasn't